everyone. Hopefully you can see me. It's a little darker in here, a little darker than some of my other vlogs. It's kind of funny, all the different places I've been. So we're getting down to the end now, which is kind of funny. Been a lot of days. Couldn't vlog yesterday. I don't know if anyone went to look and saw, but I was just way too tired yesterday. And it was a rainy day yesterday. It was not as bad as it is today, and I wish I could take the camera and show you outside the window. It's already dark. It's earlier than I usually vlog, but it's way too dark for you to see anything because now the sun sets earlier. I think it's around 6:30 or so, maybe 6:45. Soon it'll be dark, around 5:30. But today is a really crappy day. Just yesterday was mildly crappy, and I walked in the rain probably a little over 6 miles. So it was a shorter walking day. Interesting though, because I passed Gillette Stadium and took a lot of very interesting pictures. There were a lot of hills, so even though it was a shorter walk, it was very steep on certain parts of it, and that in combination with the rain made me pretty exhausted. It also didn't have a lot of real typical walkways. So some of the places that I was walking, I could not even believe that I was walking, and that will be interesting in stills too. I was walking in the middle of the road on cement roadway. I was walking in the middle of the road, like when you're driving a car and you see all that grass in the middle. I was walking in that, and certain other parts seemed quite hazardous to my health. So when I finally walked, I was walking from Plainville to South Walpole. I got to South Walpole, and the arrangement that I had with Angie Peitler, who is my new friend, and she's just terrific. She said, well, if you call and you come back to the hotel here at the Holiday Inn Express, she would give me a ride to my friend Lucy's house, which is where I am today, which was amazing. So I thought, okay, how hard could it be to get a cab? And she gave me a couple of numbers. This is sort of an interesting story, because after making this whole walk, which was just, like I said, 6+ miles and a decent sized walk, I called up these taxi cabs. And the first taxi cab was South Walpole Taxi. And someone answers the phone and says, hello? And I said, hi, I'm at this corner. I was like at North Street and Washington Street, which is basically Boston Post Road, US 1. And I need a taxi. I'm going to Plainville, Mass. And can you give me a ride? And they said to me, no, we don't go that far. And I was like, I just couldn't believe it. The irony of that situation, having walked that far, but they didn't drive that far. So I guess the only distance they drove was really only within a few blocks, and that was too far for them. So the next taxi I called was really one that was an airport taxi, and they said that they only serviced the airport. So then I began to search the internet on my phone and saw one that said Foxborough Taxi, and I thought, well, I'm in Foxborough, like right over the border. In fact, it was a town line, and they were able to pick me up. They asked me an odd question. They asked me if I had gotten off the bus there, which I thought was strange. I said, no, I didn't get off the bus. I said, it's a long story. And they said, okay, fine. And later on, my friend Jim mentioned that perhaps they asked me if I had gotten off the bus because there's a very large prison correction facility not far from there. And maybe they were wondering perhaps if I was a part of that. But they did come and pick me up. So I say hello to Don Marco from that taxi service who gave me a ride back there, and that was most excellent. So That was good, and I did forget to mention that on my way up the pike through Foxborough, I did stop at a Dunkin' Donuts there and met a lovely bunch of women and gave them out my flyers there. So hello to all of you. I didn't get all of your names because I didn't want to interrupt you, but thank you very much. And I don't think I'm forgetting anyone that I met yesterday. So tomorrow I will be on my way. I'm hoping to, like I said, I'm pushing to be able to get this final walk, as much press as I can for this final walk that I'm, this final day on November the 1st. I am trying to get as much fundraising and much donation, so please pass the word, tell your friends, because that's what this is about ultimately. And probably will be having some sort of small celebration on that day. I realize it's a Tuesday and not really the easiest day for people to come from out of town, but there were many reasons why I chose this day, and I will send out an email to people once I choose where that location is going to be. So that's it for today. I will be walking the walk tomorrow. I'll be picking up in South Walpole. I believe I'm going to, without looking at my notes, I believe I'm going to Norwood. And it's going to be okay weather tomorrow. The day after, not so okay. I may do another swapping. John, my husband's going to be coming down on the 29th, and that'll be great. So I guess that's it. It's a little earlier to say nighty-night, but for us, it's nighty-night. So have a good one, and I'll be vlogging again tomorrow.